podcasthero.com.
Welcome to the Daily Quote, the podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and this episode is brought to you by the Great News Podcast, because good news should be heard. Find it in your favorite podcast app, and just to make it easy for you, I've left a link in the show notes. Today's quote comes from Octavia Butler, an African-American science fiction author, multiple winner of both the Hugo and Nebula Awards, and in 1995, the first science fiction writer ever to receive a MacArthur Fellowship. From her essay, Furor Scribendi, she wrote, "First forget inspiration. Habit is more dependable. Habit will sustain you whether you're inspired or not. Habit is persistence in practice." Wow. First forget inspiration. That opening is almost confrontational, especially coming from one of the most imaginative writers of the 20th century. You'd think inspiration would be everything to a creative mind like Butler's. And yet she leads with, forget it. Here's why. Inspiration is real, but it's unreliable. It shows up when it feels like it. It disappears without warning, and if you've ever waited to feel inspired before starting something important, you already know the problem. The waiting can go on indefinitely. Days become weeks. Weeks become months, and the work never gets done. Butler herself wrote every day. No excuses. She said even professional writers have days when they'd rather clean the toilet than do the writing. The difference is, they write anyway. That's not inspiration. That's habit. And then there's the final line. Habit is persistence in practice. It reframes everything. Persistence sounds heroic, like white-knuckling through adversity on sheer willpower. But Butler strips away the drama. Persistence isn't a grand gesture, it's just showing up habitually day after day, whether you feel like it or not. The magic is in the repetition, not the motivation. Butler also extended this beyond inspiration. She argued that continued learning is more dependable than talent. Talent fluctuates. Inspiration fluctuates. Habit doesn't. It's the one variable you can actually control. This podcast doesn't get made on inspired days, it gets made on all of them, including the ones where the last thing I feel like doing is sitting down and recording. What keeps it going isn't a surge of motivation, it's the habit of showing up every day. The decision made once that gets carried out automatically regardless of how the day feels. Butler was right. Inspiration is a guest that visits occasionally. Habit is the one that lives here. So here's the question. What are you waiting to feel inspired to do that you could simply decide to do habitually instead? Because inspiration might show up, or it might not. But habit will be there either way, sustaining you, moving you forward, turning persistence from a heroic act into a daily practice. Forget inspiration. Build the habit. That's it for today. I'm Andrew McGivern, signing off for now. But I'll be back tomorrow. Same pod time, same pod station, with another Daily Quote.